Hi there, I am Csete from Hungary and welcome to my channel. As you can see, I'm a music instrument addict, but worst of all I also make music. So in this video I would like to give you an introduction of myself and the music I make. Music has always been present in my life. I started playing the recorder in elementary school, and fortunately my mom, who is also a music teacher, she could help me a lot and we practiced a lot together. I have to also mention my aunt. I have two aunts. The younger one is quite famous Hungarian guitarist and songwriter, and the elder aunt of mine is a doctor, but she's also addicted to music. And I have to also mention my brother, my younger brother and my younger sister. They also play various instruments, and at family gatherings we usually play together, and this way we could make these special meetings even more special by music. And of course, during the years I have acquired even more recorders. I started to play the guitar when I was 14, and it was because of the Beatles. First I tried to imitate how to play the guitar. I stood in front of the mirror and this is how it happened. And I bought this guitar from my first salary. I was working during the summer, and it was a love at first sight. My aunt then helped me get me started, and she taught me the basic steps. And later on in secondary school I also learned classical techniques. I especially like the English Renaissance pieces. I still play them sometimes, and this is the guitar on which I started composing my first songs, and hopefully I think I can show you my first songs sometime in the future. And of course during the years I could acquire even some more of the guitars. I have two important figures in my life. One of them I've already mentioned. She's my aunt, the guitarist. She's called Marinyeső. And the other figure is he's called Lajos Bergics, from the folk music group Zengő. And why is that so important for me? Lajos once asked me if I wanted to join his band, and I said sure. What do I have to do? He said, yeah, you have to play the bagpipe. But I cannot play the bagpipe, and I cannot play folk instruments at all. I am a guitarist and I can't play the recorder, that's all. He said, no, it's not a problem, I can teach you. And so he did. He lent me an awful lot of Hungarian folk instruments, different folk recorders, bagpipes, and peasant's lute, for example, not this one but a similar one. And I practiced a lot. That was the best time in my life. You know, having a double bass in your bedroom and yeah, you can practice whenever you want, so that was the perfect period in my life. And being in Zango was very important for me from the point of view that this was the first occasion when I could perform on stage with skilled and with real musicians, so that was a very good experience for me. And also we toured a lot, and especially in Western Europe, so I could travel to Germany several times, to France, and also to Belgium. And during these tours I had the chance to meet very, very special people, very, very good musicians from different countries, and they inspired me a lot. So I had a viewer sight, I had a broader sight on what's a musician's life can be about, and I think I really liked it. Yeah. Another important turning point in my life was when I joined the folk metal band Dariada. So finally a dream came true. I always wanted to play in a rock band. Even when I was 14 years old, I always wanted to join a rock band. I wanted to play rock music. I practiced the music of the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, so I could join a folk metal band as a folk musician. Yeah. It was a funny story how it happened, but cutting a long story short, they wanted to hire a bagpipe player. So by the way, this is a Hungarian bagpipe, this furry thing, but it has a very, very good voice. It has a very, very good sound. And so I joined a folk metal band as a bagpipe player, and later on they decided that they will keep me because I can also play folk recorders and other string instruments and so forth. So they kept me as a music clown or something. And we had very, very good moments together. We traveled a lot, I mean literally around the world. We had adventures like, yeah, I have never drunk that much beer before in my life. So this is a feeling when you are playing the bagpipe on stage at the end of the show, and the drummer pours vodka in your open mouth, like it's like wonderful. So good moments. And being in Dariada was also important because I had the chance to experience what is it like to be on tour with a rock band. I always wanted to try it out, and I finally had the opportunity to do so. I think let's keep this story short. Being part of such professional groups like Zango and Dariada was essential for me. We also worked a lot in studios, and I could see how a new piece of music is born, and what are the work processes that must be made when you are making a new piece of music and you want to produce it on CD or on any professional form. So I learned a lot from studio work, and I consider myself very, very lucky that I could play such professional musicians. And later I realized, especially during studio work, that I would really like to focus on my own music. I would really like to try it out. What is it like to make your own music? And so I tried it out. Of course, I don't have such professional tools that we used in studios, but I have quite good basic tools to record my music. I can play on all the tracks, and I can mix my music. And so it was a hard decision to make, that I would leave these two bands, and I left these two bands, and I tried to walk my own path in a way. Yes, but what I really enjoyed about walking my own path is that I'm not, bound by any music styles. I can play whatever I want, and so this is how can I say that? It's liberating in a sense that I can play my own style anytime I want. And another good thing that happened to me is that I realized that I need new music instruments, to satisfy my instrument addiction. So I started to make musical instruments on my own, like this kind of Anglo-Saxon lyre. I have already used it in, I think, 2 of my already uploaded music pieces, and I have also built a toggle harpa, which is a Scandinavian folk instrument, and I'm also planning to make other instruments to support my music. And I think you will hear about my new endeavors in music instrument making in quite a short time. Yes, because I'm still working, so my work is in progress. I'm composing new music, some of which are already done, and hopefully I can upload them in the near future. And I think, to summarize what I have said so far, is that up to this point in my life I had the chance to gain so many musical input, so many things inspired me, so many people and music styles and cultures inspired my musical endeavors, that now I think it's time to express it on my own. Yeah, and I hope that you would like to follow me during my musical journeys, and I hope you will like, well, at least some of my music pieces. So thank you for listening, thank you for finding me, and see you later. Goodbye.